This is for Fan Formula on the 15th of January. The first question, when I find it, is what is your opinion on F1 Sky Stroke BBC now that more info has been released, including Sky having their own dedicated channel? Well, to be honest, I can keep saying I don't like it being on Sky, but I have to be realistic. It's happened. We can't do anything about it, and we just got to put up with it. I would still prefer to see F1 on the BBC because Formula 1 has had a reputation of just being a gentleman's sport, but it being on free to air helped it become less of a gentleman's sport. I put gentleman in quotation marks because of the whole Sutil incident. I think maybe the Sky dedicated F1 channel is good, but I think that should be free. I don't, I love Formula 1 to bits, but I don't want. The only time I want to pay for it, really, pay for Formula 1, is when I go to the track to see it, and that is not likely. Not because I don't want to, because of finances. Anyway, if the BBC can keep its high standard up, I can't see why the BBC highlight show can't steal loads of viewers from the Sky main programme. Question 2. What was your favourite TV moment of 2011? There are all sorts, really. You got to love EJ being chucked in the pool on the BBC F1 feed. The marshals falling over at Montreal. One thing I've always enjoyed is whenever Martin Brundle has gone back behind the wheel of an F1 car, because it's just so obvious. He loves it, really. He just loves being behind the wheel. And his Pirelli tyre tests, it's kind of difficult to choose a moment, as long as it wasn't Valencia. Favourite TV racing, the actual racing on the TV. What was some of the best racing until the safety car in Monaco was Jensen, Alonso and Vettel all going together, sort of that close around Monaco. It was just unbelievable, and I mean that in a good way. Question 3, what is your favourite part of a race weekend? There's sort of something at the end of maybe free practice 2. I might be weird in thinking this, but it's sort of like you've seen what the teams are going to do, or if they brought new parts, like Williams, for example. If Williams have brought new parts and they've worked, it's sort of they worked in free practice. Let's see whether it'll work in qualifying and race trim or not. Like I said, teams have brought updates. You've seen them. If they're going to work, if they're going to keep them on. The test drivers have done any running they're going to do, like Hulkenberg's done his run. After free practice 2, the pace of the race weekend changes, and it changes for the good, because free practice 3 is where you see it, because then free practice 3 is where everyone's like, oh god, we made a mistake yesterday, we've got to rectify it. Then you get on to qualifying, where someone had a bad free practice 3, then they've got to convert it around into a decent qualifying. Again, like Williams, I seem to be mentioning them a lot. And then you've got to get onto the race itself. And the bonus question, if you could pick anyone who would be in your dream team to present F1 2012, who would it be? The dream team for me, well, it's difficult because there are a lot of people past, present and gone who I would love to have, but any commentary team has to have Murray Walker. End of discussion. You've got to have Murray Walker as the commentator. Maybe as co-commentators you could have Martin Brundle. So Jackie Stewart would be good, because he's got an infinite amount of common sense and just great ideas. I would love to see him presenting, and he actually used to do it for ABC. He did Indy for ABC, certainly. I think he did F1 for ABC, if I remember rightly from his autobiography. Ayrton Senna would have been brilliant to have, but I don't know whether that would have been his thing. Alain Prost would possibly be good to have. Sterling Moss, always a good one. The only problem is he might be too interested in the pit lane crumpet. Damon Hill again, went the couple of times he's been in the commentary box. I believe he covered a race with, was it Crofty? I think he did one on ITV as well, but he did some of the co-commentary that weekend, and he was just pretty, well, not just pretty good, he was great at it. But if I had to nail my colours to the mast completely, lead commentator Murray Walker, end of discussion on that one, and co-commentating Martin Brundle, Jackie Stewart and Sterling Moss. Jackie Stewart because he's owned a team and he's been a driver, Sterling Moss because he's been a driver too. Well, I'd like to say myself, but Rubens, I think, if he isn't driving, sticking with the beat, so stick with the BBC formula of 2 in the commentary box, 3 in the pit lane. The 2010, we'll stick with the 2010 or 2009, 2010 BBC style. Murray Walker presenting, Martin Brundle co-commentator, Rubens Barrichello in the Jake Humphrey form, Sterling Moss in the David Coulthard series and Sir Jackie Stewart in the Eddie Jordan star role. Only Sir Jackie could pull rank on Eddie, haha. Then actually in the pit lane, Eddie Jordan, he would be good in the pit lane, sort of getting the nitty gritty. So he could be the Lee McKenzie, Ted Kravitz, and I think maybe Anthony Davidson. Perhaps the only problem is because he's a bit on the short side. He might have to have a special luminous flag so people know it's him. But that's the end of the questions, and I'm just on a personal announcement. I mentioned last time that Stormsfest Productions is working on Machinima at the moment. I have 2 positions left, which is if Grace doesn't cut this off. I have 2 positions left for females, two girls who don't mind doing some voices, not paid for now, but if it makes a good bit of money, then there will be a little bit of money head their way. Although I don't know how much it will make, because the site that we use to host the videos, it pays us very small. I think for like every 20 views you get paid $0.01 US. So, you know, and one person, and you know, one of them will be in for the long haul. One of the characters is in for the long haul, and one is killed off. But there'll be some flashback stuff in the second series that that'd be good for them to be part of. Anyway, that's the end of this, so ta-ta.